Yo, I'm a big football fan. I played football all the way up into college, so definitely knew you played Madden, watched all NFL games. You were like the only black punter in the league, so that was dope to see.
That's
So I
tight.
definitely want to ask you some questions about, football in general, HBCU life, because I'm an HBCU alum myself. I went to South Carolina State University. So
Hey.
just ask you some questions, basically just tell your story.
So my story basically, man, I start off as a receiver, kick when I was bored. I'd be at the house bored as I don't know what, and just keep kicking the football until I got it past the ditch. And as I got better, I'd back up further or closer and closer to the front of the house, keep kicking it over the ditch, and then eventually I got good to where I could kick it over these little tree branches that hung up a little bit past the ditch. And um, man, started kicking in high school because they were trying to see who all could punt in high school, and went to college as a receiver punter and was a better punter than a receiver, and it just took off from there.
All right, so let me stop you right there. So did you begin playing football in high school or did you play Pee Wee football as well?
High school.
All right, so you started in high school. Wow. And you're from Georgia, correct?
Yeah, Macon, Georgia.
Okay, and I know football is huge in the South. So how did you get into football so late?
I mean, how did I get into football so late? I never paid attention to it like that. So I thought it was kind of cool when I first saw it. I saw one of my family friends playing it and thought it was cool, so I wanted to play.
Okay, dope, dope. Yeah, I read an article on you. I know you said you don't really watch sports like that.
No, I don't. Unless
That's
I got
great.
friends. I got a couple of friends in the UFC, a couple of friends that play every once in a while in NFL, but I just don't really watch football like that. I'd rather watch like music videos or something other than sports.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. I don't really watch TV shows. I just watch sports actually and like music videos and documentaries, things like that. But I'm glad you
Yeah.
brought music videos up. We're gonna talk about that because I
All
seen
right.
you have some music out as well. Um, so you got into high school and you played punter and receiver. So did you naturally want to go off a punter? Because a lot of people look at punter or kicker as like a boring position. What
Yeah.
attracted you to being a punter?
The so it was super therapeutic. Like I would just go out there with my headphones, my little iPod shuffle, and I just go kick until I just got tired of kicking. And it was just therapeutic, and it was fun because one of my main goals was to try to kick the ball and make it spin off my foot like it did the first time. And it's almost like playing golf, but like a little more effort. You just try to repetitively make the ball spiral and try to hit your best punt and see how many times you can hit your best punt. And that's the most intriguing thing about punting is trying to do it every time just like that.
Okay, dope, dope. So now you go through high school. Are you playing other positions or just are you just focusing on punting?
You talking about in high school?
Yes.
I was playing receiver.
Okay, playing receiver and you're punting. So you go through your high school years, you're at your senior year, and it's time to find out where you're going to school. Did you have any offers coming out?
Nah, I didn't do my schoolwork like I was supposed to.
Okay.
So so I kind of didn't have no choice, but I did go between Albany State and Fort Valley State, and Fort Valley was a little closer to the house, so I ended up going to Fort Valley.
Okay. Now Fort Valley State is a D2 HBCU
Yep.
located in Georgia. So tell people a little bit about your HBCU experience.
My HBCU experience was so fun. One of the main things I learned was to have fun with what you got. That was one of the big lessons I learned. Like I didn't have, I didn't have. I think I'll get like $20 every 2 3 weeks, and
Okay.
I would just have fun with $20. Might get my little personal bottle of what is it, Moscato or whatever for after the game. Go after I play the game, go to my room and just enjoy having a good time with my friends and stuff. You got to see a lot of culture and stuff with the fraternities, sororities. Um, it was just a different vibe.
Definitely, definitely. Did you pledge anything or join any organizations during school?
Nah, I didn't.
All right, strictly football, strictly football. Okay, definitely.
Yeah.
So now you finish your collegiate career, and it's time for the NFL. I know you went undrafted, so Can you describe that process, like transitioning from college to the NFL?
Uh, I was kind of nervous about getting a shot because I mean, you don't usually see a lot of black punters get picked up for that and whatnot, and I was just wondering if I would have a chance to get picked up, and ended up happening. Like 15 seconds after I cut my TV off from the draft, phone rang from Oakland and got the call to go there, and went outside and just cheering outside in the front yard. Got an Oakland hat from the mall later on that night. Signed the contract later on that night, and then went back to Fort Valley State. Just walked the campus just to kind of meditate through the school and just have flashback memories and stuff. And then was on my way to Oakland.
Okay, so you're a big man on campus for a few days. So you played for the Raiders back when they were in Oakland. Now they're in Vegas. So describe like the training camp. Have you ever, before you went to Oakland, have you ever like been to the West Coast, or was that your first time?
That was my first time. I've never been to the West Coast. And once I got there, I was just kind of stuck. Like the West Coast is so beautiful to me. The style is different. So I was really into it. And every time I would go home, I just felt like I wasn't really missing nothing there. So I would come back and I just kind of got stuck out here.
Okay, dope. And so like, how was your first NFL training camp? What was the experience?
The experience, it was cool. We had Shane Leckler, Sebastian Janikowski, and my boy John Kundo. They've been on the team for a long time. So obviously I'm in there like, dang, well, I hope I get a shot. Like, I mean, these two kickers, or this kicker and this punter, known as the best to ever do it in this league. And Shane Leckler gets hurt before we play the Cowboys in the first preseason game. And coach was saying, all right, you might have to play this game because Shane's hurt. And I'm like, oh, he's just joking. He's just talking. Next thing you know, we get out there, they call him punt alert, and I'm looking around looking for Shane. And he's nowhere to be found. So I'm like, oh, damn, I'm really finna play. So then first couple of steps on the field, I'm just looking, I'm like, you know how you kind of question, like, am I really supposed to be out here? Like, looking around, I guess he ain't running out here, so I guess I'm the guy to do it then. So.
Were you nervous on that first punt?
I was nervous until we lined up, and I'm like, man, I hope I hit a good punt. And I heard somebody on the Cowboys saying, bro, they got a black punter. This shit fake. And it killed all the nerves. So I just kind of started laughing, and then it killed all the nerves, and I just hit my best punt.
All right, so it was a good punt. You didn't shank it.
No, it was a really good punt. It went pretty far. I remember it like it was yesterday. Like I hit the punt, and then I got hit because I know my get off time was a little slow because I was trying to make sure I hit my best punt. But I hit the punt, and I got hit. And I'm like, man, I hear the crowd kind of cheering a little bit, and I look up and the ball's in the air, and I'm like, I did that. And I got so excited. So, yeah.
Okay, that's dope, man. Now, I know, Pete, you said the dude joked about you being a black punter, and I even said it before I started recording the video. You're the only black punter I ever remember seeing in the NFL. I don't remember any other black punters. And I read up on it. You were actually the 5th black punter in NFL history. So was it ever weird to you, like, yo, I'm really the only a black player at this position in a league that's dominated by black players?
Man, I didn't think about it as much when I wasn't in it, but then or when I was in it. But since I sat back and I've seen it more, it's like, man, because I've seen a lot of really good black punters that are not getting a fair shot to punt in a league. So the more I've been sitting back, I'm like, man, well, first of all, I know I belong in the league still, especially with the statistics that I have right now, because I've seen punters that haven't played for 2 seasons get brought back in. And then I see a lot of other black punters like Corey Carter, Vic, Corliss. They just not getting a shot. And so I've picked up on that a lot more since I've been sitting back and just watching. And it's like, man, well, it's weird that it's only been 5 black punters in the history, but it's a lot of other good black punters that do need a shot. So, yeah, I thought about it more since I've been sitting out of the game.
Okay, definitely. And I want to ask you about that. So You said you definitely believe you should still be in the league. Do you feel like is there a reason why you're not in the league, or you just feel like you're not getting your fair shot to get back?
I don't feel like I'm getting a fair shot. First of all, also, um, maybe my personality. Uh, but at the end of the day, and I don't know if it's a mold or whatnot. Maybe it is, but at the end of the day, I will never be. It's hard for people to, depending on how you grow up, where you grow up, you can't. I believe in being real. I believe in being yourself at all times, and I think that's why I attract the people that I attract, especially the fan base that I have. Just to be true to yourself, because if you're not true to yourself, you're gonna become unhappy, and you're gonna live this life where you're just so pissed off at everything. Um, but I'm sure maybe the celebrating had a little something to do with people not wanting to pick me up. But at the end of the day, like, I'm just passionate about what I do. I mean, at the end of the day, we're playing a kids game. So
Facts. And
yeah,
football is a game of emotions. So I think if you celebrate, that'll be a dumb reason for them to hold you out. But the NFL is a crazy league. So do you have dreams, or do you think you'll get back into the league?
that's the plan. The plan is to get back. Like I said before, the CFL and the XFL are really good leagues, and they help out a lot of people tremendously. But I know I belong in the NFL. My statistics show that I belong in the NFL, and I'm gonna fight to get back to the NFL. And when I get back, I'm gonna be known as the best punter in the NFL because I put that kind of work in. I just need my fair shot.
All right. So any NFL teams, execs to see this, give this man a shot. Now, outside of football, you've been keeping busy with music and some acting. Have you always had those passions?
Um, I kind of like being in front of a camera when it comes to acting, like the little Killmonger thing I did. That was super fun. And with music, music's just fun. Like you can express yourself, and it's fun to do like the little videos where you can. I just like shooting the videos and making the songs and stuff. It's super fun. But most of all, with the music, I like making different music.
Okay, definitely. So what's your favorite genre of music?
EDM dance.
EDM and dance. So are we gonna get an EDM dance album from you?
I mean, it's a couple out there right now.
Oh, so you have some albums out.
I got some stuff out. It's on Spotify, and Apple.
Okay, I saw you. I saw the music video on YouTube. Where you guys were like in a skate park, and it had that EDM party vibe to it. I
Oh
forgot
yeah.
the name of the song. But it was dope though. I checked it out this morning. So
Thanks,
I
man.
got to check out your music.
I appreciate you, man. Oh, you talking about this side? I know you talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I checked that one
that
out.
was a fun video, man. That was a fun video.
Okay, dope. So now we're in the off season of the NFL. What do you have planned for this off season, and what are your goals looking forward in 2021?
My goals are to get back to the NFL where I belong. Um, so that's my first main focus. The other focus, just because, I mean, you definitely got to focus on other things instead of just one thing. Like you got to keep building, because what a lot of athletes make a mistake of doing is focusing mainly on that sport and just everything about it. And then once you're out of it, you're just kind of trapped and you're lost. So therefore, the second thing is get the music popping even more, because I feel like I got a pretty legit fan base internationally when it comes to the songs that I have. So have the music popping, especially the new single that I have, "Country California Girl." Is actually getting a lot of traction. So that, and then probably get into a little more acting. Maybe eventually create my own wine. We'll
Okay.
see.
So okay, so you're trying to do a lot. So you have a new song, "Country Cali Girl."
It's a single. It's the most recent single I have, called "Country California Girl."
Country
It's
California
kind of
Girl.
like poppy, like it's got a pop vibe to it.
Yeah, I noticed that watching this side video. I was like, okay, it's kind of like popish vibe, but it's good vibes
Yeah,
though. Some good chill
yeah.
out music. Turn up to a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Heck
dope,
yeah.
man. Before we do end the interview, what advice do you have to any young athletes or any young people that just look up to you and maybe want to take the route you took to get to the league or just to be successful?
The message I would leave them with is continue doing what you do. Don't listen to all the noise. Shut out all the noise. And also continue being yourself, because if you're not yourself and you're not happy doing what you're doing, then it's considered work. And yeah.
Okay, dope, man. I want to definitely thank you for taking the time out to be with my brand, Diamond Cut LLC. It was a dope interview. I feel like the people are really going to like this one. And before we get off, can you just shout out the brand Diamond Cut LLC?
Just want to give a big shout out to Diamond Cut LLC. I appreciate y'all for bringing me on. Thank you.
All right, man. Thank you, Marquette. Thank you for taking the time out to be with us. Good luck on your journey back to the NFL. And I hope you're back in the league, man.
I appreciate you.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too, man.